this meeting into order. Would you please stand for invocation? Most gracious and everlasting God, it is once again that we are privileged to conduct this meeting for the benefit of your people, O God. We ask, O God, that you would be with every decision, granting us wisdom and knowledge to move this city forward. We thank you for every worker, every staff member, and this council, O God. And we ask that your blessings be upon the city of Florence and the surrounding area. And we'll forever give your name praise, glory, and honor. Amen. Amen. Now let us do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, council, this meeting has been called to order, and we are now at the portion of adoption of the agenda.
Madam Mayor.
Yeah, let me just say this. I want to move up resolution number 2026-33, the resolution to give Courtney's Cupcake, their resolution. Since they are here, we can get them up and before we get going. Someone else?
Yes, ma'am. Madam Mayor, I'd like to make a motion. We had someone sign up to speak today, Bowie Olson, and I'd like to make a motion that we add them to the agenda.
Second.
Madam Mayor,
Yes.
if I may, I believe the matter that involves that is a matter under discussion and negotiation among counsel, legal counsel for both the city and the person that's referenced for speaking. And I'd recommend that those discussions continue between counsel so as to ensure ongoing negotiations toward finalization. So I don't think it'd be appropriate because of those legal discussions to have that as an open agenda item at this point.
Okay, so, council, we understand that we are, in litigation. Well, we're not in litigation, but our insurance is in litigation, so, us discussing that, you all are okay with that?
Yes.
Okay.
For clarification, but the company cupcake is moved up before, after the special presentation?
It will be after the special presentation. Thank you for that clarification.
Make a motion on that, or?
No motion is needed.
Okay, all right.
Yes, ma'am.
No, but I'm talking about for moving Courtney's, and we then we vote on the agenda.
Correct.
So
Yes.
are we going to vote on the addition as well? I mean, since it got a second.
And so we are now in with legals.
I mean,
With legal advice, you all, let's vote, all in favor of allowing them, to speak.
So we legally.
Well,
Can
if for clarity, I believe Madam Mayor, first of all, brought up bringing that item on the agenda. So I think really her moving was already on the floor. So really your comment would have been a motion that hadn't been addressed because hers was first in priority. So I think Madam Mayor would have had to accept an amendment to her motion to move that item up. So yours at this point
It's not really a motion.
unless you're accepting an amendment to yours, which would need to
No,
be.
they're not the same, so no.
Okay.
No, so what we will do, Courtney's Cupcake will be moved up. We don't really need to vote until we vote to approve the agenda. The addition to the agenda is advised by legal counsel that we don't move forward with that at this time,
That's correct.
okay?
For clarification, to my understanding, that's a matter that's on the table for executive session.
Yes, sir. That
Okay.
is correct.
So it would be inappropriate at this time. Would you have an executive session item? So I agree.
Okay.
Well, then, I do have one follow-up. Could he speak in executive session?
That's also
No.
No.
Okay, so.
I do believe that
Yes.
be appropriate this time as well.
Okay, so what?
So they cannot speak during executive session.
It is,
He said,
We're receiving information in executive
We are just receiving information, as council.
Okay, so they came and there's no opportunity for them to be able to speak.
The executive session item is for council to receive legal advice regarding
Right.
this matter. So it was not contemplated with respect to a separate speaking portion with that. Attorney to attorney communications are ongoing in this particular matter, and it would be most appropriate, as this is my recommendation, for those to continue as they have been going at this point.
Okay.
All right, let's move on.
So at this point, do we vote on that? Because well, the motion was null and void. Now we have counsel, being, advised by legal counsel that we should not, move forward with this. How do we move forward with that?
Procedurally speaking, Madam Mayor, I think the motion that you were making was just to move the resolution up, and I think Councilman Braddock commented thereafter. So your motion had not yet been formally amended, and it was not made in the form of an amendment to your motion. So I don't think, respectfully, that Councilman Braddock's motion is proper for a vote at this point. I think we should vote on the motion that you have on the table to reorder the agenda for that one resolution. If you want to make a motion to amend that and you get a second to that, then that would be fine to vote on it as amended. Otherwise, just vote on it to move the resolution.
I call the question on the resolution, moving the resolution forward. There can be another
Yes.
subsequent motion.
What say ye?
So
So
moved.
moved.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposes? The ayes have it to move the resolution up.
So,
Now we are moving to the next, or we're going on to approval of minutes.
So is there not still a motion on the table?
There is
I
not.
have to say a no.
Okay, then can I make that motion? Or make the motion again to allow the speaker to speak on what he was referring to?
I will make the recommendation that if we do anything, it's an executive session. It is not, because of legal matters. My suggestion to council is that we allow them to speak in executive session, to us, but not, out here.
So I think
That's my recommendation. Do I have a second?
Well, I
Now
think you got a
the
motion.
attorney-
I'll amend my,
You already
I'll
have
amend
a,
my motion.
say,
I'll amend my motion to allow them, or to have them speak in executive session.
Second.
second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Thank you so much. So we will move, next we will have approval of the minutes for July 13th.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Now we are at honors and recognitions. We have Christopher Hunt, 25 years, beautification and facilities. I sure appreciate it.
Good afternoon. Today we're proud to recognize Christopher Hunt for his 25 years of dedicated service to the Public Works Department, the City of Florence, and our community. Christopher began his career with the city on August 6, 2001 as a parks groundskeeper. Over the past 25 years, he steadily advanced in the department, taking on new responsibilities and demonstrating a strong commitment to serving our community. His career path includes parks groundskeeper, tree trimmer aide, maintenance worker, special equipment operator, heavy equipment operator, and currently team leader equipment operator. Christopher has earned the respect of his coworkers through his outstanding work ethic, positive attitude, and willingness to do whatever is needed to get the job done. He never hesitates to step in when a special project arises, tackle unfamiliar tasks, or operate whatever piece of equipment is needed to support the team. His versatility and dependability have made him an invaluable asset to the Public Works Department. One of his greatest strengths is that he embraces the challenges he has each day, whether responding to unexpected situations, mentoring fellow employees, or taking lead on complex projects. He approaches every task with determination and professionalism. His dedication to continuous learning and his willingness to take on new responsibilities have contributed greatly to the success of the department and the city. His commitment, leadership, and team-first mentality have made a lasting impact on the organization. On behalf of city staff, the mayor, and members of city council, we thank you for your 25 years of outstanding service, unwavering dedication, and willingness to always go above and beyond. Please join me in recognizing. He's got to get back there.
Yeah, I know, I gotta get this position too.
Congratulations. You want to say something?
Barry McWhite,
Now we will have Barry McWhite for
distribution operations, 20 years.
distribution operation. How many years?
20.
20 years. 20 years.
And the University of Barbecue.
Yes.
And the University of Barbecue.
And the University of Bobby. Okay.
He's even got his pecan shirt on.
Absolutely. All right, today we're proud to recognize Mr. Barry White for 20 years of dedicated service to the city. Throughout his career as a distribution collections operator, he's played an important role in maintaining and repairing our water infrastructure, which ensures that our customers receive safe and reliable water service. His knowledge and dependability have made him a valuable member of the team. In addition to his work in the field, he owns the responsibility of managing the city's stockroom, where he keeps parts that our crews depend on to be able to make repairs out in the field when needed. Now, I'm gonna go off script for a second and say, that doesn't sound exciting, that doesn't sound like a big deal, but, you know, on holidays, after hours, an adequate stockroom, you know, is our lifeline, and that's the only way we can keep citizens in with the services they deserve. That's a huge responsibility, so thank you for that, Mr. Barry. Outside of work, as mentioned, many people know Barry is a man of many talents. He's a skilled chef and a talented musician.
Yeah, he is.
Many times, as a cornerstone member of the All City Band, he's helped entertain our workforce during employee picnics and other gatherings. Congratulations, Barry, on 20 years of outstanding service. Thank you for everything you've done for the city and our customers.
Barry don't want to say nothing.
Calicia Jones Police Department. Calicia Jones Police Department.
Calicia Jones, the police department, 15 years.
So, today we recognize Ms. Calicia Jones for 15 years of dedicated service. Ms. Jones started her career with the Florence Police Department in August of 2011 as a telecommunications specialist, providing support to officers and citizens when reporting needs were required. After 2 years, she transitioned to the records unit, where she played an important role in the storage, maintenance, and management of police records. In 2017, Calicia began training for the role of payroll coordinator and soon took on the responsibility for departmental purchases, payments, and employee timesheets. Over the years, her responsibilities have continued to grow as she started serving as the police department's administrative coordinator. This role includes, in addition to her previous duties, managing police department grants, including pre-employment scheduling, background screening, and management of training records. Throughout her career, Calicia has consistently demonstrated a willingness to accept new challenges and take on greater responsibilities. Her positive personality, adaptability, and commitment to serving others have made her a valued member of the Florence Police Department and the City of Florence. So we are grateful for her 15 years of dedicated service and proudly congratulate her on this significant achievement.
Suzanne Edwards, finance and accounting, 15 years.
Suzanne Edwards, 15 years.
Finance and accounting.
Finance and accounting.
Mayor and council, today I have the pleasure of recognizing Ms. Suzanne Edwards for 15 years of dedicated service to the city of Florence. Suzanne actually started with the city in June 2010 on contract as an emergency IT consultant after sudden loss of her IT specialist. She was supposed to help us through a transition period for about a year. Apparently somebody forgot to tell Suzanne that part, but 15 years later, she's still here and still going strong. After becoming a full-time employee in 2011, Suzanne helped lead the implementation of ENIS and has been involved in countless technology projects since then. She has also played a major role in strengthening the city's cybersecurity and keeping our technology infrastructure moving forward. But Suzanne's greatest contribution is her dedication to the city of Florence. She is truly our Energizer Bunny. She just keeps going and going. Nights, weekends, whenever she's needed, Suzanne is there. And she does it with a positive attitude, complete professionalism, compassion, and a genuine heart for others. She's also someone who would do just about anything for anybody, and her faith and service to her church are a reflection of that same service heart. Suzanne, thank you for 15 years of hard work, dedication, and commitment to the city of Florence. We are incredibly fortunate to have you.
Aaron Witherspoon, 15 years, finance and
And now we will have Aaron Witherspoon, 15 years,
finance and
finance and
accounting.
accounting. Yeah.
She does not enjoy the spotlight, believe it or not. But today I have the pleasure of recognizing Aaron Witherspoon for 15 years of service to the city of Florence. Aaron's had quite a journey during those 15 years. She started in utility finance customer service clerk. She moved to the 4th floor for business licensing. Then she came to the 3rd floor as an accounts payable and eventually found her way to our current position as a payroll specialist. I think it's safe to say that Erin's one of the most popular people in the entire city, at least every other Friday. She's also a great example of what opportunity lies here in the city. You get your foot in the door and find a job here, there's always an opportunity to move up. Erin brings much more to the city than making sure everyone gets paid. She walks through the door every morning with energy, a smile, and a personality that makes the workplace just a little bit brighter. She has a way of making people feel welcome, and she brings a positive attitude to whatever she is doing. That personality and energy are something you can't put in a job description, but they make a tremendous difference to the people that she works with every day. Erin, thank you for 15 years of dedication and service to the city of Florence. Thank you for the energy, the smiles, and for making the workday a little more enjoyable for everyone around you. And most importantly, thank you for making sure the city's employees have something to smile about every payday. We are very fortunate to have you as part of the City of Florence finance team.
While I'm up here, can we just go on and do the resolution? Council, can we go on and do resolution number 2026-33, the resolution to honor the contributions of Courtney Cupcakes to offer to the revitalized downtown Florence.
So moved.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Whereas the owners of Courtney's Cupcakery have established a unique dining establishment in downtown Florence and are small business owners, and whereas Courtney's Cupcakery grew its business as a home production vendor before expanding its operations at the City Center Market Kitchen, utilizing the space for over 4 years as a launching point to develop and grow, demonstrating the value of supporting local entrepreneurs and small businesses. And whereas the investment by Courtney's Cupcakery is welcomed and is playing a role in the continued development of Florence's downtown business district, and whereas the owners are contributors to the community's growth through their exemplary service, and whereas the Greater Florence Chamber of Commerce has requested that the city recognize the business efforts of Courtney's Cupcakery and its contributions to our community. Now therefore be it resolved that upon the petition of the Greater Florence Chamber of Commerce and in recognition of Courtney's Cupcakery's contributions to the continued efforts to revitalize downtown Florence, the City Council and the City of Florence hereby declares the months of July through September the Courtney's Cupcakery Quarter. And it's so resolved this 10th day of August, 2026.
Council, what say ye?
So moved.
All those
Second.
in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the ayes have it. Courtney's Cupcake, you can come forward. This is sponsored by our chamber and Councilman McCall.
Which one is it? These two.
Y'all gotta get some shoulder action because we got the, yeah, there you go, squeeze in a little bit. Yeah, you go.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Congratulations. Thank you, everyone. This has been like a great opportunity for me. We started like 5 years ago, and I haven't seen Courtney's Cupcake come this far. I'm a very shy person. But we started from home, and from home to commercial kitchen, and now we're at the corner of Barton. So thank y'all.
Thank you. I want to say one thing.
Councilman McCall?
I would say one thing. Courtney, were you in Savannah? I'm here.
Yep.
And yeah. So I think Courtney her story is a prime example of Florence and how we need to continue to grow. Courtney was in Savannah and was selling some cupcakes back in Florence. They had a big clientele here. And so she decided to come back to Florence and open up her business, and it's been successful. So I think that's what, I think oftentimes we think about economic development as this big, bringing in big businesses, but sometimes it's letting people know that, I can come back home and I can have my community support, and we support you, and glad you're successful downtown. And again, if you need anything, let me know. But let's give her a round of applause again, guys.
And just the transition from the farmer's market to the actual place, Courtney, is remarkable. And I wish you would have bought us some red velvet cookies, because them be the bomb. And I go there and get the red velvet cookies. But you have some very delicious desserts, and thank you. And it's great to see your transition, like starting at the farmer's market and now have your own place. You are a testament to so many small businesses in this area. So keep doing what you're doing, girl. We're going to keep supporting you.
Definitely. All right. Thank you.
Sky's the limit.
And it is.
All right, next we have special presentation by Charlie Barano, Senior Field Service Manager, Municipal Association of South Carolina, to present the 2026 Municipal Association Achievement Award.
Madam Mayor, members of council, it is great to be in Florence this afternoon. As you know, just a few weeks ago at the association's annual meeting, my goodness, the city of Florence received a lot of awards. One of those was our Achievement Award in the Public Safety category. And without further ado, I'm just going to let y'all see the video.
Public safety category, the city of Florence. Like many law enforcement agencies in recent years, the Florence Police Department faced significant staffing shortages, all while Florence's population and police call volume have continued to rise. Aiming to enhance public safety while avoiding burnout among overextended officers, the city researched and implemented the Keeping Florence Safe initiative.
So as mayor and council, it is our job to give the resources, make the resources available for our staff, for the police department, so that they can do a better job. They are good, but technology makes them great.
The initiative combines a real-time crime center with a drone first responder program, enabling in-house operators to launch drones and gather critical information on the scene of a call and relay it to responding officers. The cameras help serve as a multiplier for police presence, such as by alerting the department of crowd situations where they may want a patrolling officer to observe in person. The initiative makes use of 3 dock-mounted drones, more than 45 stationary license plate readers, 8 live view cameras, and access to more than 300 community cameras, including those found at local businesses and Florence Housing Authority properties.
Florence's growth story shows how investment in public safety can help generate much larger private investment. The Safe Community supports that momentum by making the city more attractive to developers and visitors. City leaders should always look at safety as a part of their broader redevelopment strategy, not just a policeman.
In the first 6 months of camera usage, the technology helped in more than 100 investigations and assisted in 55 arrests. The recovery of 36 stolen vehicles and 30 stolen license plates, as well as the location of 7 missing people.
Florence, like any other agency across the state and even in the nation, we face staffing shortages that have just plagued the department and the law enforcement community, it seems like. So we know that the technology existed out west that we used a lot. It started making its way out east. So we looked into this drone technology and camera usage just to see where we could really have a force multiplier for our resources so that they could not be stressed so much, not be strained so much out there on the street. We found that it was a great fit for us because it was a scalable project. We started with a few camera readers, license plate readers, and then we were able to really expand by integrating the community into the project by allowing them to register cameras with us and get access to private business cameras.
Initial support for the cameras came from state funding, after which the city approved funding for the initiative's expansion, including the drones. Future plans include hiring additional staff for the crime center, encouraging community camera participation, and potentially investing in gunshot detection technology.
So on behalf of the association's board of directors, congratulations to you and the City of Florence Police Department for the 2026 Achievement Award.
Thank you so much, but I do want to add to that, if you don't mind,
Go
all
right
of
ahead.
the other ones. We excellence on Main Street for the Pine Street townhouses. Then we have the Main Street Inspiration Award, Outstanding Special Project, Reimagining Walkability, an Innovative Approach and Accessing District Corridors. And then we also have the Main Street Inspiration Award, Master Merchant, Jack's Books. And so we are so excited that couple of weeks was really good for us. We really enjoyed. I enjoyed holding
all those trophies are sitting there.
And so is it possible for us to get up there and put all of that together with you and we take a picture? Council, can we do that? Y'all all right with that? Let's go take a picture. And
You gonna stand here up there? It's easy to stand up here. Hey, it might be easy to stand up here.
And city manager, of course, now city manager. Y'all gonna stay up there?
Yeah, I think it's easier to stay up here.
Okay, so well, y'all come in though.
It will come in, so yeah. This guy want to go down. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Charles. Can I make a comment, Madam Mayor, while you're coming up? I will say this, Charlie, how many cities is it in the entire, is it like 270?
271.
There's 271 cities across the entire state. And, I've been on council now for 6 years now. We won a lot of these awards. And I don't think the community know how well Florence is viewed outside of the city of Florence. I mean, a lot of cities normally look up to the city of Florence, and in a lot of our endeavors, we are on the front end of a lot of things, and I am proud to serve with you all as my colleagues on council, man. So thank y'all for allowing me to serve with you. How about that?
Madam Mayor, I'd also like to comment, he's not here, but just thank Senator Rickenbaugh for getting the ball rolling on the camera system. You know, that initial investment that he made in the flock cameras, I think, got the ball rolling for us, proved that it would work, and we've been able to expand from there. So he's not here, but definitely grateful for those state funds.
Grateful for those partnerships.
Yep.
And thank you for you all's leadership. And Councilman Neesmith wants to say something?
I was just gonna say that he invested or.
He came through the state.
Got it, okay.
Yeah, but he put in the request and got the support.
Got it, thank you.
Great. So council, we, thanks to all of you, Scotty Davis for your great leadership that brings all of it together. So thank you so much. Next we have ordinance and position. Bill number 2026-17 is the second reading. An ordinance authorizing execution of the update lease agreement between the City of Florence and PD Healthy Start.
Second.
Defer,
Staff's request to defer, please.
yes, staff, request to defer. Next, we have bill number 2026, it's the second reading, an ordinance to rezone from NC 6.1 to CR. The parcel located on 107 South Homestead Drive, identifying the Florence County Tax Map number 90034-17-005. What say you?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Now we move to introductions to ordinance. We are at the first reading, bill number 2026-28, the first reading, an ordinance to amend the restate chapter 2, article 3, division 5 of the City of Florence Code of Ordinance entitled Public Safety Citizen Review. What say ye?
So moved.
Second.
Yes.
Good afternoon, Mayor, members of council. Specifically to consider, the amended and restated ordinance expressly confirm that all formal complaints and hearing requests must be submitted in writing. It establishes clear timeframes and completion requirements for board members regarding the Police Department's Citizen Police Academy and mandatory training curriculum, and provides updated procedural guidelines to streamline the handling of complaints and conduct of investigative hearings.
Okay.
I have a question, and I probably missed it. But as far as, can a third party make a complaint, or has that been addressed in here? So if I want to make a complaint on behalf of Brian Braddock, can I make a complaint for him and also, I guess, present the case for him as well? I thought that was supposed to be clarified.
Attorney's about to answer.
Well, if I may address that point, I don't think it specifies who or limits who can make a complaint. You would just need to present whatever evidence relates to your complaint that you want the board to consider. I think ideally the party that has the issue or the information would be the presenting party, but I don't think it excludes the scenario you described if that was an appropriate posture for a complaint to be addressed.
So because I brought this ordinance up in 2021, excuse me. And so I know we said it was, we're going to implement it, and then as we have more hearings, we'll be able to fine tune it.
Sure.
So I think I know an amendment is not up yet, but maybe for the second reading to possibly have it to where you would have to only first party complaints are allowed, not third party complaints. not saying you can't bring a lawyer to the hearing, but you can't sue or not sue. You can't make a complaint on behalf of someone else unless they're a minor or incapacitated or something like that. So
Yes.
yeah, so it's not an amendment now, but I will seek to add that to this packet for the second reading.
Well, can we just go on and make the amendment?
Well, I think
You can approve first reading as amended orally here today, and we'll bring back the text for second reading that would reflect the changes, and you would vote on that finally at that time, or you can wait the second reading. Either's fine.
Whatever you want to do.
We'll wait second reading. That's fine.
All right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Next, we have Bill number 2026-20-29. It's the first reading, an ordinance to annex and zone PDD the property owned by the Grove at Ebenezer LLC, identified as portion of Florence County Tax Map number 00075-01-219, 0075-01-221, and 0075-01-272.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Let present.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm ready to go.
You're fine. This is, hopefully this is pretty simple.
Yeah, okay.
This is phases 5, A, B, and C of the Grove subdivision. This goes back to a development agreement that was signed in 2016, whereby portions of the Grove annex and zone to planned development district as they develop. And these phases are getting ready for development. This map identifies the master parcels, and then this Exhibit A identifies more precisely the portions that are going to be proposed for annexation. And the proposed subdivisions will include 219 single-family residential lots.
Wow.
That concludes staff's report.
Madam Mayor.
Yes.
Jerry, if you don't mind, show everybody where the extension of the rail trail cuts through that property.
Sure.
And then I know it makes a turn as well and runs parallel to some of it. So you got to stretch and then you got to
Sure.
turn.
This is the existing rail trail along here that then takes a turn and comes back down and cuts through Middle Swamp and connects in with the soccer complex. So if you can see the mouse moving there, that is, and then it takes the turn here.
So the original rail trail ended at Ebenezer Road.
That's correct.
But
And
with this expansion and partnership with the folks at the Grove, this extension of the rail trail cuts through the Grove property and then heads down over to the soccer complex.
That's correct.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much. Now, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Next, we will have introductions of resolutions. Resolution number 2026-34, the resolution of the City Council approving downtown redevelopment grant for the first quarter. This will be taken up into executive session. So we move to resolution number 2026-35, which also will be discussed in executive session. So we move to resolution number 2026-36, a resolution authorizing the execution of the municipal state highway project agreement with the SDOT for proposed improvements of East Palmetto Street. What say?
So move.
Second.
Thank you, Mayor, members of council. And this resolution, along with the following three resolutions that will come in sequential order, are very similar to one another. So anytime the DOT is moving forward with a major project within municipal limits, as part of our agreement, I want to say it's from like the 1913 agreement, a very old agreement, we must review and approve at a conceptual large-scale level of the project that they are moving forward with. So this project in particular is a roadway safety program. It's coming through federal dollars, and they will be improving the corridors of US 76 East Palmetto Street, which is the resolution that we're currently on, as well as 2 additional corridors, and then the last is a bridge replacement. So this first resolution is for the US 76 East Palmetto Street. It is from South Church Street all the way to McCurdy Williamson Road area. So not all of it's within city limits, but a decent portion of it is. Along this corridor, they are proposing, and again, they are very early in on the project. So right now, we do not have any exhibits to provide you. We have some concepts that we'll mail out later, very large files for you to take a look at. But they are looking to close some access points, but this is mainly around pedestrian safety. So looking to improve intersections to include the high-vis crossings where pedestrians walk up, they hit a button, and the flashers and the road markings and everything along that. They will also be looking to control some of those left turn movements to minimize that area. But then we are also looking at the frontage road that runs parallel to East Palmetto as well to convert that into a potential pedestrian corridor. So essentially a greenway extension for that area. So again, this is very early on, and we'll be working with DOT moving forward on this project.
Councilman Smith, and then we'll come down.
So Clint, my question would be, is there any water lines that have to be moved throughout this project by any chance?
Not with, so this resolution and the 2 following along the main corridors, there is not, but with the bridge replacement, which is the last resolution, there is.
Okay. And we'll, of course, do a great job of letting the residents know at that time when we are replacing pipes and doing it, there may be some interruption board water advisories.
Councilwoman Lee Smith.
Are they saying how long this project is going to take?
It is probably going to take, so right now they have completed the survey, they have developed the conceptual plans, and they're getting ready to start on the final plans. So they're probably about a year out from bidding the project, and then it's going to be
4 more years.
It's going to be a while. It's going to be a while. 3 to 4 years before it's probably completed.
Councilman Braddock.
So they're all state roads, correct?
Yes, that's right.
And like we had discussed, I don't know, a couple months ago, I know that it's funded through, grant dollars, but what will be our costs? Like we talked about, in certain situations, we absorb costs because of the DOT that we don't really get to plan for. So it's good that we're getting to plan for this, but do we know how much it's going to cost us as a city?
So for the first 3 resolutions, there are no costs.
Okay.
This is merely us saying that we agree with the improvements that they're looking to make on this, and they're allowing us also some influence and discussion with them as they continue the project.
Very good.
All right, so with number 4.
Number 4, we'll talk about that here in just a few minutes.
And are those water lines that we need to move and improve?
No.
Okay.
Councilman Bailey.
Clint, this particular pedestrian access East Palmetto Street, is this the one that's going to tie in with Levy Park?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Do you have an illustration that shows how it'll tie in?
We do not right now. With it being, again, at the very conceptual, it's just kind of large scale showing connections. We'll send this out to council later. It's a very large file, and if we had printed it, it would have been illegible.
Understood. Just so everybody understand, this is working. You have all those employees that are over at McLeod, and with the improvements that are one day going to happen at Levy Park, I've been promised. We've all been promised. This will allow all the employees to have pedestrian access over to the park and back. So it'll become a full community park, and this is an important piece of it because obviously crossing over Palmetto is challenge on the pedestrian side. So thank you for that.
Thank you so much. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. Next, we have resolution number 2026-37, a resolution.
35. Oh, no, I'm sorry.
A resolution authorizing the execution of the municipal state highway project agreement of the SDOT for proposed improvement of 52 Lucas Street, Irby Street.
So moved.
Second.
Yes,
Thank you,
sir.
Mayor. Again, this is similar to the last resolution. This is for Lucas Street and Irby Street, so US 52. The improvements are looking to start on the northern end in front of Seminar Brewery and the Wellspring, the new facility going in on Lucas Street, and will extend down Irby Street all the way to Cherokee. So again, we are looking at improved crosswalks, pedestrian safety implementation. This, however, is we're getting a little bit more involved from our local business side. Initially, DOT was looking to remove some of the on-street parking on Irby Street. However, we are working with them, and they've assured us that they're not looking to remove those anymore. So advocating for our businesses, working with DOT to ensure that we can accomplish all things safety, but not have any hindrance on our local businesses. So,
Councilman Bailey?
So, Clint, this is, again, we've had workshops where the public has been invited to come out and to view mock-ups of these different things. And so that's always been very helpful. And these are follow-ups coming before us now, following the public input. Is that right?
that's right. DOT held a few public meetings probably about 6 months ago when they initially started looking at that and got some of the data. But once they move in to final design, I believe they have another public meeting process that they'll have to uphold. And of course, they'll be working through us to get our approval as well.
I just wanted everybody to understand that this is not the very first step, that this is following the initial public hearing input stage. Is there an opportunity for us, and first off, the public spoke up very loudly that they want to keep the on-street parking on Irby Street. That was loud and clear, so thank you for following through on that. Is there an opportunity to have a pedestrian crosswalk from the Judicial Center to the county complex, similar to the way it is over at McLeod? Because I think from a pedestrian safety standpoint, you have a lot of foot traffic that crosses Irby Street right there.
Yes.
And if we could have something that's slow to help aid pedestrian crossing right there, I think it would be a big safety improvement. Is that something that we can factor into the process?
Yes, they are looking at that. And actually, in the second penny sales tax, we had Irby Street corridor improvement funding. And when we initially looked at trying to implement that was not something at that time DOT allowed. But as time goes on, they adopt more progressive type facilities to be improved. So they are looking at that right now. I think if anyone ever stands on the corner over there, they see pedestrians cut across. I think at one point, actually, a county employee got hit. So they are looking to.
It's a real safety issue.
It is.
Cross in the middle of the block like that. And it's designed for people to cross. I mean,
that's right.
You have those two buildings right there across the street from each other, and it's just by its nature, you're going to have a lot of people crossing back and forth. So that would be a big help if we can make sure that happens.
Yes.
Councilman Smith?
I may have missed it in the East Palmetto Street resolution before. But we're looking at the same timeline. Are all these projects going to be simultaneously happening at the same time?
They are. The design firm has all three projects. I would imagine, depending on how construction activities are currently in our area, most likely they will stagger this to a certain extent, or they may decide to package that as a whole as a whole project. So again, all that is up to DOT, and this is running through the headquarters up in Columbia. So we'll work with them on that, and certainly provide council with an update on how they're going to proceed.
I would just ask, as we're going through this process, and DOT, I guess, would notify us when they start, that we could send something out to the residents, knowing
Yes.
that there's going to be some type of traffic pattern or some type of traffic activity, so they're aware of, so we won't cause any harm to anyone else.
That's right.
All right. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Next, we have resolution number 2026-38. It's a resolution authorizing the execution of the Municipal State Highway Project Agreement with the SDOT for the purpose improvement of South Church Street. What say ye?
So moved.
Second.
Right, Clint?
Thank you, Mayor, members of council. This is the last corridor improvement, so the next one will be the bridge replacement. But this will be along the South Church Street corridor from Irby and Lucas, essentially the Dargan Street area, along Church Street over the bridge, heading south to James Jones, the pet dairy. That's the limits of this project. They are looking to, again, install some of the high visibility crosswalks, but they are also looking to include bike lanes and a protected bike lane along this corridor. So where Church splits into Church Street and Behringer, they will be looking to implement those types of facilities. So this is an exciting project. That's a very large corridor. I think given the traffic counts, they can probably look to amend some of that to accommodate more of a multimodal type situation for that corridor. So this is also one of the areas where we're working very closely with McLeod and ensuring that they can maintain their full operation and none of the safety measures or changes that DOT is looking to implement impacts their day-to-day operations.
Great. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Next, we have resolution number 2026-39, a resolution authorizing the execution of Municipal State Highway Project Agreement with SCDOT for a proposed improvement on Cashua Drive, bridge over Jeffries Creek. What say ye?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you, Mayor. This is the bridge replacement for Cashua Drive over Jeffries Creek. So right at the second loop in Cashua Drive intersection. This is going to be quite the disruptor for our residents and visitors. But this is a big initiative that DOT is doing throughout the state, improving their bridges, and not only for just the kind of lifespan that we see with a lot of the bridges currently within the state, but also elevating the bridge to ensure that it can be passable during heavy rain events and flooding as that occurs. So they are moving forward. This will be the quicker of the projects. So they're looking at a probably 2028 timeframe, maybe a little sooner. They're obviously trying to gauge this as best they can to have as little of an impact specifically around the school year timeframe. With this project, though, we will be having to relocate water and sewer out of the roadway, out of the right of way, as this project moves forward. So we are going to contract this work outside of DOT. They do offer the ability to where we essentially turn it over to them and they manage that, but we've that hasn't been the most successful for us. So we are contracting that outside of them. We will come in, relocate our existing facilities to where us working with DOT decides that's the best location, and then implement that. So we're trying to limit that change as much as possible. This is an area we have a lot of infrastructure, and it could be a very costly endeavor, again, for no real gain. So they are going to work with us. It's just a matter of how limitedly we can do that.
Councilwoman Neesmith?
So are they going to refund us any monies? Or
We will get 4% of the total construction cost of the bridge replacement. So
Okay. And we established that these were not pipes or that needed to be updated. Was this something that we recently updated? Or
no,
how
this
old-
is
how-
existing infrastructure that we've had in place for a while. It's as far as water and sewer goes, it's been in place and meets the current demand. So, yes,
It wasn't broke, so we didn't need to fix it.
that's right.
We just got to move it.
Exactly.
Councilman Braddock?
Does the bridge replacement, will they widen it and have walkable?
I think their new typical standard replacement does include a pedestrian area. It will not be marked. Again, think of Cashwood's, the right of way there and the paved area. The lanes are to the edge of pavement essentially. So there's currently no facilities for pedestrian movement, but DOT will implement that widened bridge so that in the future, should new sidewalk be installed, it can continue across the bridge.
And how will the timeline, when are we going to do, I guess for lack of a better word, the big dig down Second Loop with moving our wastewater infrastructure?
We are a little ways out from that. We're starting engineering, so we have probably a year, little over, for engineering and permitting, depending on how quickly that goes. So we're a little, we'll be past this.
Okay. And then, so regardless of the amount of money, which we don't know yet, a vote yes today is a blank check.
Yes, essentially. We have by law we have to move our facilities outside of there. Right.
What do you think 4% is going to be? What do you think the
For this
total
bridge
cost?
replacement?
Nothing.
Dropping the
It's
bucket.
for the water and sewer work that we have to do there. It's going to, any little bit helps, but currently specifically looking at our water infrastructure, that is currently attached to the bridge. So we're going to have to valve that off, demo it, and then we will have to bore under Jeffries Creek, which will be quite expensive.
So we won't be able to reattach.
No.
Councilman Smith?
So off of Councilman Braddock's question of I hate to say blank check, when will we roughly know estimate how much it's going to cost us as a city?
We have looked at the worst case scenario, which is a little breathtaking, but we've been working with the designers and DOT on this, and they've shown some very good outlook that they're going to be able to work on us with this. So I would not feel comfortable putting out what that cost would be right now, just because we're still working on to what extent they're going to end up requiring
But
us.
because of SCDOT's initiatives, this is something that we have to do.
That's correct. Yes.
So
I'm sorry, Councilman Brad. I think you might have mentioned it. State funds. Will there be any state funding, or could we receive any state funding from the legislature?
4% of the
No,
construction.
not from
Yeah.
the SCDOT, from actual legislation.
Just the 4%. That's correct.
How often in a year's time does this happen? Is this every year? Is this several times a year? Because I think when we understand and we put into perspective that we have so many things that we have to fix. We have aging infrastructure. We have to fix these things. And then the state can come in and just mandate that we tear down some things just for their roads, and we pay for it. This is that's millions of dollars that we could spend yearly.
On average, the last probably 10 to 12 years, we have a number of projects. Size varies. If you look back at the South Cashua Drive improvement, that was a major cost to the city. And then any of the roundabouts or any of those that you've seen, not necessarily within municipal limits, but outside of that area and some of the more rural areas where they've implemented some of those safety measures, we're having to do that as well. So here lately, it's been a lot of smaller projects, but again, those add up. And there was a little bit of, I was expecting a little bit of fall off on the number of projects that were going to happen within our area, but after COVID, DOT, along with everybody, received so much funding that they're implementing a lot of these projects. So we're just kind of seeing that resurgence.
Great, great. All right, council, is that it?
Other than they got Blackwood on here, I don't know. Town of Blackwood. Do we need to amend that?
Yeah, we'll get that.
Okay, all right.
Yes, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
Up. The aye. a big nay. The aye.
They got so much money,
So
they need
what
to have
happens
more.
if we don't do it though? Like
You don't
we
have a
say
choice.
no.
You don't have a choice. Yeah, you don't have
Always to the city attorney.
Oh,
As-
Lord, we gotta do it, B.
So,
I'll have to agree to it.
I know that.
now we have reports to council and a utility update. Appointments and boards we'll do in executive session. So, utility update.
Good afternoon, Madam Mayor and Council. Today we're going to have our engineering team, CDM Smith, going to come up and give their quarterly update for council of the utility. And so Mr. Michael Henry and Mr. Kieran Ryan will come and give that, and we'll be able to answer any questions.
Mayor, Council, thank you for the introduction here. I haven't taken a second job with CDM Smith, although 2 salaries would be cool. I actually work for AECOM, and we'll fly through your updates here. I know you guys long awaited for both the water distribution master plan, the sewer collection system plan, as well as the stormwater plan. We've got the plan, and now we're going to work the plan, and this is just a quick update of what we've been up to. With the water distribution, I have Mr. Kieran Ryan, who did used to work for CDM Smith, but we stole him, so he's working for AECOM, and he'll hit the water side.
All right. Afternoon, Mayor, council members. Just to brief you guys on some of the ongoing projects here. I think I clicked one too many times, so just head back. There's a couple projects that are ongoing right now in different phases. Right here, as you can see on the map, starting with the top, we have some of the surface water improvements going on over there. Then towards the western portion, that is the GE groundwater treatment plant that is decommissioned but is under construction, hoping to be finishing that up soon. You have the Freedom Boulevard water line extensions towards the middle, carrying that water from the surface water, trying to push it down in the southwestern portion of the system. And then all the way heading over towards the eastern portion, you have the East Florence elevated storage tank as well.
Oh, wait. Didn't we just receive money for the Hoffmeyer from the state government? Did we receive some funds for that?
That'll be in the wastewater updates.
Wastewater.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I knew that.
Starting with the GE groundwater treatment plant, so this was a SCIP RIA funded project. This was a decommissioned plant for quite a bit of years, and so we used that opportunity to get this plant rehabbed and pretty much up in operation again. So the 2 left pictures you see there are the 2 high service pumps, and then you have an altitude valve building as well to control the elevated tank there. And then a big portion of this project was converting the pH correction from a dry bagged solution to a lime slurry. This plant will serve all the other groundwater plants in the region as a hub for lime slurry. So operators can go there, they can fill up the day tanks and deliver that product to the other plants, saving a lot of money long term and not having someone else have to do that. Estimated completion of construction should be by the end of the year. We are held to a pretty hard skip deadline to spend those funds, which is about end of September, which we are on track to hit that. But there is obviously some startup and some trainings on the SCADA stuff too that will delay that a little bit. Continuing off that, we just started it in design, a pretty large project that's very complex. It's taking that same approach just for that GE, but to now 6 other additional groundwater plants that involve South Florence, Oakdale, Pine Street, Darlington, and some others as well. But it's a really big project, and I wanted to kind of give a little bit of an education on the CMAR aspect of this and how we took this to an alternative delivery than a typical design bid build. Being that there's 6 treatment plants and 6 different sites, having 6 different contractors is going to cause a lot of issues. So what we're trying to do is consolidate that into one project, one contractor, and there's a lot of benefits to this. So I'm going to work through a timeline. There's going to be a lot of different milestones that occur throughout the project. So just starting with our first phase, which is our planning, which is the PER. We delivered the PER for all 6 of those plants in the scheduled upgrades in June of this year. So that's kind of our first starting phase of getting all the framework developed for our future plans to further design it. And then we have our 30% design milestone, actual drawings, spec lists, and some, a real put together package estimated to be December of this year. Why that's a key milestone? Because at that point, that is where we're going to start to look to engage the CMAR. So once we have our 30% design package, we'll plan to advertise that out and start to recruit CMARs and general contractors that could do this type of work. We have already started that process, meeting with large contractors like Wharton Smith and some others that have came to the city, have been briefed on the project, and are aware it's coming. So those are some dates that we have there, thinking about advertising it in the new year after the holidays so we can get the most participation, and then hopefully awarding that sometime in February, March. As we move along here, wanted to note that there's an early construction services notice to proceed. So along with these plants, there's a lot of emergency upgrades or maintenance things that may occur during the design of this project. What's really nice about having a CMAR while you're designing is that they can actually take care of some of those construction items while you're designing. So for instance, we were working at a permanent generator to be installed at Pine Street. We're going to look to identify that as the lead times come in 36 weeks, about February or March. We'll engage the contractor as a portion scope of work to install that generator. So really saving a lot of time and effort. Once that material comes in, we can get that installed pretty shortly in short time. Then we start to around 60% early procurement packages. So some of those high service pumps, the electrical equipment, the larger chemical stuff that takes a really, really long time for it to actually get delivered once you order it. We're going to work with the contractor early, around 60%, to identify when those pieces of equipment can start to be ordered ahead of schedule. So traditionally, that wouldn't come well beyond 100%. And once you're done with the bidding and you have a contractor award, that's when they would typically order it. So we're really saving a lot of time here and getting that done around the 60% milestone there. And then as we just continue through, we go through final design, and you can see that that orange is where the CMAR, those are some of the activities they're going to serve. So they'll provide us a guaranteed maximum price for the job to make sure that that doesn't get, it's a locked in price throughout construction. So that typically occurs 60 to 90% design. And then we start to get the notice to proceed for the construction work in July of 2027 anticipated. And then we advance into our final design, which would be December of 27, and so on. Phase 2 construction, you start getting into the construction and the rest of the project timeline. Bottom left is really, really key benefits I want to note here with doing a CMAR. You have a lot of constructability reviews. These plants are pretty dated. It's a pretty complex system. We want to make sure contractors can get their eyes on it and make sure we're making the right design decisions. Cost transparency. When they go and they research and they order and get quotes, they submit that to the engineer, us, for our review to make sure that all costs is identified and we know exactly what they're getting in terms of cost for those pieces of equipment. I just mentioned the GMP, the guaranteed maximum price. It locks us into that maximum price that won't get exceeded. And then mentioned early procurement, getting started early of those equipment, long lead time items. Early construction packages, like I was saying, with that generator or any other project that might be out there and upcoming, we can write that out and get that into construction earlier. And then ultimately, they're really going to help with the flexibility of scheduling this work. 6 different sites and their associated wells is very complex. They're going to be able to come in and say, you know, certain plans should be done on these periods of time and really help with the overall construction sequence of it all. Any questions on the CMAR? I know there's a lot of information with CMAR, so.
So are we on target? Have we already, I see that June 2026. We've already completed that. We're on point for our December 2026.
Yep, we submitted that PER to you guys, so it's just a, you know, concrete foundation of the long-term plans that we're going to do during design. And then that December 26th, as a matter of fact, we have our surveyors out at the plants right now. So they're doing all the boundary and topo and the SUE and marking all the utilities. And then we'll get that turned around into some background drawings and still on schedule for December this year for that 30% design package.
Which plants are we doing here this first?
I always forget one or two, but it's Pine Street, Oakdale, Darlington, South Florence, Gully Branch is the 5th, and then Alligator. Yes, thank you.
Okay. Anyone else? Thank you so much.
Yeah, not done yet.
We ain't done yet.
Oh, okay. Well, you're looking at me. I'm like, okay.
East Florence elevated water tank. This is a 1 million gallon elevated storage tank. Another portion of the project to support the Florence expansion towards the eastern portion of the site. This will also assist with the surface water expansion project, making sure that we do get some storage out of that as well. Right now, it's about a 30% design. I think we're getting geotechnical services to make sure we get recommendations on the foundation, things like that. But that one is progressing as well, still early in design. We have the Freedom Boulevard waterline extension, so that's really going to connect that surface water to bring water down to that southwestern portion of the system. Right now, they're actually finishing up construction. I believe they're just working on testing those water lines to make sure those are installed correctly. So this one is actually starting to finish up design in maybe a couple more months or so, and it might actually be ready for use. So. Then we've talked about, did a lot of talking over the past couple months about the SCADA improvements and the installations of the RTUs and all the different types of equipment that can get it easier for operators to report that data online. It's actually in a really, really good standpoint where now the first phase is complete, where all these plants are online and operators can view this on a localized system from their iPads and whatnot and respond earlier. But now this kind of segues into long-term improvements, and that involves trending this data over months, weeks, years, and us being able to make improvements based off this data while reading it in real time. So you have the elevated, one too many clicks here. So this first one here kind of goes over the elevated tanks, and what we're able to do is track that elevated tank level over a month's time, identify when that pressure got too low, and we can make improvements and review the system and run modeled scenarios to help improve those tank levels over time. So that's just an example. You can see the pressures as they go through, 1 week or 2 months. You can always set it and change it to however you want to make it look good. But also with the elevated tanks, there's also at the plants itself. So the iron levels, the chlorine readings, the pH readings, those are trendable data now that operators can see, and we can make suggestions to ultimately help control the iron getting out to the system.
Hey, what's the red dots as you go back to
Sure.
offline? Those.
I think they're just color coordinated to determine what's an elevated tank, what's a plant, or if there's a an alert, that's usually when it pops up red too. So.
So this is still, I'm sorry, I'm going on.
No, George.
So I think we kind of have merged two different parts of the water. We talked about water distribution, and I think the SCADA now we're talking about water quality. Is that right?
Well, it's a lot more than that. It is distribution too, because it tells you the elevated storage tanks and how well they're keeping water if they're ever hitting those high water level. So it is all things, and there's also flow meters out there that are now reporting back to SCADA. So, we know exactly how much water is being produced at each of those plants. There's pressure monitors to the distribution system, so you know when the pressure's dropping in certain areas.
I guess we are all interested in the distribution, of course. That's very important as we expand the system and correct the system and all. But the driving, the community has been intently, acutely aware of water quality.
Mm-hmm.
And is there any way in your presentation for next time that you can break out water quality from water distribution so that everybody can see very clearly? Because I think that's actually a fourth master plan that we did, was the water quality master plan. And initially you showed the three. And so if going forward we can have the fourth master plan, which is the water quality one, and break that out, because I think it's easier for our citizens to focus in on that if it's in a special segment going forward. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Yeah,
Okay,
certainly.
thank you very much.
And much like your police department using technology to help advance, your short staff, this is really parallel, and I heard that earlier in that award you got, which is tremendous. This is essentially the same sort of thing. And
Yeah, this will be next year's
I was
application.
just gonna say, hopefully we'll get some
and to your-
recognition for this award.
and to your point, there's focused efforts on each of our groundwater plants that monitor all of those parameters, including iron. So we're now real-time monitoring iron, and we've got thresholds.
And I'm so excited about what's happening because it's a long time coming, and it's now finally being implemented. You plan it, and that's great, and you have the plans in place, but now we're actually taking steps to implement these things. And I think keeping everybody up to speed on it, on the water quality side, separate from the distribution as a separate piece of it, I think will be very helpful. But thank you for what you're doing.
I have a quick follow-up question.
Sure.
Now, this is just more so that the system is newer. Well, I have two questions. How many utilities actually have the SCADA system?
It's pretty common.
Pretty common? Okay. And the second question I have is, so this, I don't want to say it seems reactive, but like, how can they proactively, catch the iron before it gets out into the system? Like, because it seems like it's reporting that it's higher iron content. That's reactive.
Mm-hmm.
How can we, how can you use the system to be able to now proactively stop it? Or so?
Pressure monitors.
Yeah, I was going to say there's things throughout the system you can put in, like pressure monitors, but also thresholds, right? So if it starts to exceed, we'll say 0.5 milligrams per liter in the source, that's a threshold that's going to alert operators that maybe it's time to go out to that plant and maybe make some adjustments. Right now it is still a manual such that it would be a reading, there would be an alert, and then we would send an operator out there to take a look at it. But eventually, getting to the future, having automatic set points where the iron exceeds to a certain point, then that may kick on a chlorine pump to start, helping out with that iron source. That's ultimately, where we want to get, is an automatic state where it is, more proactive than reactive.
Okay.
Furthermore, we also have pressure monitors and gauges at the inlet and the outlet of each of the vessels. And so as we learn more about the plants and the data and their production capabilities, we can target that as the media begins to foul with iron, we see this pressure, which means we need to backwash the filters, we need to clean the media, etc. Whereas in the past, you don't know until it's too late.
Mm-hmm.
So we know now when we see that poor event, and we can address it before it releases.
Okay.
Great. Okay. You got more?
Yeah, keep going. I want to see it all. I got all day.
Yeah, still in the
Yeah,
water.
no,
Still talking.
This is the surface water treatment plant. I believe right now they just started construction, so right now contractors out there marking utilities and making sure they agree with the design drawings that are out there. Then lastly, just talking about cybersecurity, it's just to make sure that, with all the SCADA improvements and everything potentially, having threats out there, it's important to make sure your system is protected. And I believe that there might have been some threats, but ultimately, the city made sure that they took all their PLCs and things that could have been potentially hacked into or could have that problem with it, removed it from the cellular system, so the Ethernet cable, and then reported that there was no current issues with that. So they're just going to make sure that that's maintained on a regular basis to eliminate some of those impacts. Do you have anything to add to that?
In addition to that, we work with the city staff on emergency response plans that specifically look at these types of threats, and they give you a plan of action of what to take to address them if you do get compromised. That is something that we partner with you guys on.
Okay.
Now I'll hand it to Michael to talk sewer collection.
All right. Moving right into the wastewater side of things. Here's a quick overview of the project areas we'll touch on today. We're going to focus kind of on the Jeffries Creek corridor, but we have a few other projects that are outside of that area. We are starting the rail trail emergency repair phase 2. Phase 1 was associated with the raising of the manholes along David H. McLeod. We've got a few more items that need to be addressed and cleaned up. Far as exfiltration of wastewater from the manholes, we've got a contractor on board. He's working on ordering materials and has let us know that he could get those repairs done in the next 90 days. That's kind of more in the planning side, but we're moving to construction shortly.
That's by the mall, right?
Yes, sir. That's over by the mall.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
90 days.
Yep. Moving forward, Mars Hill Gravity Sewer. This is a CIP project. The major benefit of this project is that it eliminates an old, outdated pump station that was prone to breaking down and causing backups and operation and maintenance nightmares. So we were able to find enough elevation or grade in the system to just eliminate this pump station completely and flow all by gravity. So you're taking one pump station out of about 130 something, and you'll have one less to pay the power bill on or to O&M once this project's done. We're working on the final seeding and stabilization of that site, and it should be done in the next month or so. All right, this is the Jeffries Creek overview map here. We have 3 phases to talk about today. Phase 1 in the pink line, phase 3, which is Council Members Braddock Big Dig, that's the Big Dig, and then phase 2 begins up there at David H. McLeod, wraps around Woody Jones, and then through and across Jeffries Creek, ending right there at Naturally Outdoors, essentially. All right, Jeffries Creek phase 1. This one's being designed and permitted and managed by CDM Smith. These are overview of the plans they have. We're replacing old, outdated clay lines. You've got a lot of joint deflections and cracks and breaks, and these lines have just outlived their useful life. They're coming through this corridor with modern materials, PVC, ductile iron where needed, to increase capacity. I think they're going from like a 30-inch to a 54-inch diameter line here. And so that right there is the beginning of this Jeffries Creek corridor. You always want to start downstream and work your way up. As you can see right here in the bottom right, that's your wastewater treatment plant and your headworks. So that's where you want to begin these improvements to provide future capacity. Phase 2, we're working on this. We're about 80% done with the topographic survey. This is a photo of the main line crossing Jeffries Creek, kind of behind Woody Jones in between the rail trail there. Same problem as downstream. You've got a lot of old, outdated infrastructure. It's failing, and it simply just doesn't have the capacity for you to grow this sewer shed. So that's one of the major needs. Like I said, topo survey is done. Wetlands have been started. We'll move forward with any easements that we need as we work through our design. But we're looking to increase this line to a 30 or 36 inch. And then, last but not least, phase 3. This will include a pump station where this is the McLeod Park. There's your McLeod tank. This is all city-owned property. This aerial, this is a drone shot from last week. We're looking to relocate or add a pump station here on that site, and then increase and bypass all of this old infrastructure in people's backyards and along Jeffries Creek. Let's get it out of there. Let's go to a place where we can maintain it. And so the route there is to run that force main down second loop as we show, and then to tie back into that phase 1 improvements. This pump station in the force main. Oh, I'm sorry. Who had a question?
Yeah.
Councilman.
Yes, sir.
Mike, just as I understand the phase 3 that's going to run down second loop, is that going to be in addition to the line that's currently running through Jeffries Creek? That'll remain, but it's going to take a lot of the excess and the additional volume, so it's not all flowing through Jeffries Creek. Is that it?
That's correct. Yeah. So, a good portion of that Jeffries Creek line still has some integrity, and you can come in with a structural liner and just kind of keep the existing domestic loads and demands kind of running through that trunk line. But all the future flow and growth and all the flow that it can't handle now is going to go around this bypass.
So the way I've understood it as we've gone through this process over several years now, is that it's going to be parallel lines, basically.
Yes, sir.
The line that's running through Jeffries Creek, the homes that are already, the residential homes that are already connected to it, that'll remain, but we'll improve that line, fix and repair the leaks, et cetera, put that liner in. But then for the future, phase 3 will have that new line running down second loop.
Exactly. Yep.
Okay.
Because imagine all those domestic areas or the residential homes in the areas, their plumbing is already set. So the only way to get them back up the hill and into this force main here would be a ton of little pump stations or individual. I mean, it's better to kind of take those upstream demands and get them around. Yes, sir.
Okay, Councilwoman Neesmith.
And this may be a micro question, Hemingway. Where is this in accordance to what the state is going to be doing? And how is this timeline working?
Do you know that one, Michael?
That's the second loop, road that Clint talked about earlier. Yes,
For the
ma'am.
bridge.
For the bridge.
We got to do
You got a slide?
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
What are our funding sources for this? So you do have some SRF funds, right?
The first phase that's SRF. That's approximately $25 million. Some of the second phase and third phase we're doing with the $138 million bond that council approved in 25. And then we'll continue to seek additional funding as we continue to move forward for the future phases of work.
Right.
And we also received $1.5 million from RIA for this.
For the McLeod Park. David McLeod Boulevard.
For this little leg along David McLeod.
Mm-hmm.
We have $1.5 million for that.
But are we putting down these new pipes and then gonna have to move them when the bridge get here? That's what
No,
I'm
ma'am.
asking.
That's on South Cashel. This is on second loop.
Okay. Of the Jeffries Creek Bridge.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this is in two different places.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's what I really want to know, because all I keep hearing is Jeffries Creek, and I'm like, okay, where are we?
Right.
You know, because we
Yeah,
got a lot
South
going
Cashel
on.
at
Okay.
Jeffries Creek, when you coming from 5 Points going towards second loop.
Gotcha.
That'll be the DOT project.
Okay.
At that particular bridge. And then once you get to South Castro and Second Loop Road, that's where that gold big yellow line is that particular work where we be putting the new infrastructure in to offload off the existing Jefferson Street interceptor.
Okay, but it's nowhere near what the bridge is. And
No,
what
ma'am.
it's- Okay, good.
This is completely on Second Loop.
Thank you. I don't want to be.
There's your bridge, is the upper right. That's your bridge.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna move. We're moving around a little bit. Okay. Everybody's good with Jeffries Creek and our sewer improvements there.
Yes. Keep it moving.
All right, let's go eastward. This is the East Florence wastewater corridor improvements. This project here is increasing the capacity of the existing wastewater force main from that pump station by Booty Brothers, kind of down the hill and into the swamp to the left. That pump station receives a ton of flow from the 327 corridor traveling north through here, if you're watching my hand on the screen, as well as all of the area eastward towards Marion County. Again, you want to be able to start your way downstream and work up, so we need to start with this force main route here, which is approximately 35,000 feet. We're eliminating a connection with the Becky's Parkway pump station, which is shown here. Instead of having to pump the wastewater twice, we're going to pump it once and increase that line diameter to increase capacity and get that wastewater all the way to your headworks here. We're currently in the route analysis selection. We've submitted options to the city staff for review, where we've gone through, we've put boots on the ground, we've looked at easements, we've looked at wetland areas, jack and bores for drills, and getting under busy roadways, and we've created a bunch of segments that have dollars to each segment to help maximize your benefit overall and extend the city dollar on the best possible solution. So this is what we came up with. This is not the final word. Waiting on comments, and then we'll head to survey, grabbing your easement sketches and exhibits that you need, geotech, wetlands, the whole 9 yards, and we'll be hot and heavy in design in the next few months. That was a lot, and that was fast. Any questions? This is also going to give you growth for the future. This whole east corridor will be able to handle anything you have coming from your East Florence Park residential development. It will also help you with regulatory requirements at the surface water treatment as we look at PFAS. I know that's a big thing in expanding the discharge from that plant.
Councilman McCall.
One quick follow up. How much, if any, was in that 2025 bond for this project? 20 million for the project? Well, we're going to need more for that, right?
This is the first phase. The first phase of the East Corridor is divided up into 3 phases.
Okay.
Ballpark based on the original estimates that AECOM in 2021, at that time we were looking at $50 million to do all 3 phases. But as we know, prices have increased, so we're going to be north of $50 million to complete the phases 2 and 3.
Well, one thing I just want to say thank you, because I remember when we as a council had to make the decision, we've got to do something about our situation. All over the country, the infrastructure is crumbling. However, it's not a sexy thing when you're a politician and you have to tell people we're going to have to find monies to do these projects. So when you stepped up, George Bailey said, this plan has been a long time coming, so we want to thank you. I'm talking too fast. Are you finished?
Nope, I'm not finished.
You're not finished. I keep trying to rush you.
We're still going.
Okay, well, go ahead then.
But
I'll
appreciate
just,
your commitment to
yes.
Finishing this project.
I can go at we'll go at hyper speed now. This is a small utility project we're working on in the Malden neighborhood. We've had some issues with some sewer overflows mixing with stormwater. We want to keep our stormwater clean, so we're addressing that by rerouting this force main connection as we plan for the stormwater, which is going to be another slide. This project will be done in the next month or so. So that'll be a good one to show. Clint mentioned the DOT bridge relocation projects. He's kind of gathering and working on his MOUs. They're going with the design build approach, which is similar to what Kieran talked about with CMAR. Once they get that their engineering contractor engaged, we'll begin discussions and and coordinating this design work for these utility relocations. All right, stormwater. This is the last master plan to cover. It only has 3 slides.
No rush.
Stormwater's always the smallest stuff.
Yeah. This is mostly DOT's problem. Cedar and McQueen is moving right along. You may have noticed the Coit Street near Cherokee closure for a few weeks. That was to facilitate the installment of this massive box culvert, which measured 3 feet high by 72 inches wide. This receives a lot of the stormwater, all the stormwater that runs down Irby Street. And so there was a bottleneck and a pinch point here, so we were able to open that up and get that system flowing. We're in the final steps of stabilizing it. You'll be noticing some massive boulders will come into play to help stabilize these stream banks and the soil around this pipe. Upstream of that, so this is still in the Timrod Park area. This is where Cedar Street crosses. Timrod Park's run. We've got that pipe upgrade in that head wall, and the open channel improvements are completed. We have plenty of work still to do in this storm drainage basin over the next few months. Pennsylvania Street, we're actually working on Coit Street. This is the last step of the project. We're upstream over by the Ford dealership there. We've covered a bunch of storm drain inlets. We've added them, and we'll be done with this one in the next month or so as well. And that was SCORE funded. Church in Oakland, I don't know a ton about this one other than we're working on minor flooding, intersection improvements, outdated inlets. We have a contractor, and he's set to begin construction in the next 2 months once he gets materials rolling.
Councilman Jabali?
Yes, sir.
Michael, this is the famous catch basin to nowhere.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, and that we have been diligently trying to find a opportunity to have it become a catch basin to somewhere.
Correct.
So can you show us where the outflow will go?
I'll let Clint come on. This is a project Clint is specifically leaving with
Thank you.
Ardoro, our other engineering firm.
Because we're talking about the catch basin over there at Iowa Jones Park at Oakland Avenue.
That's right. So the upgrades are mainly along the Oakland Avenue corridor. So we will be looking to essentially kind of big picture view, create actual catch basins along Oakland Avenue, and then bring it around down Norfolk Street. And then there are 2 outfalls that tie in. I think if you're familiar with the baseball field back there, that kind of area, there's a couple of outfalls there. So we're improving those outfalls and tying that all in. So
And
you
it'll
should
go
not
back behind the railroad.
That's right. Into what is the name of that branch? Pie Branch. So that's a large picture view of what the improvements will do.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. And then last up on the stormwater side was a collaboration with the county. They had a small project in the Malden Drive area. I believe that is almost finished, and then we're working with the city staff to pursue some FEMA funds and just going through the front end calculations to determine if it's a feasible project to try and upgrade the trunk lines crossings second loop, which is not going to be cheap. And that is all we have for you today.
Michael, you're finished?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, no, I'm not trying to get you to do nothing extra.
I have one question. On stormwater, someone brought to my attention just vegetation growth around the inlets of the stormwater catch basins. Do we have, a maintenance schedule or maintenance plan for just clearing that vegetation?
Got a specific location.
Irby Street. I can send you some pictures.
All right, and Josh Whittington, utilities director, that falls in his purview. So Josh is taking note based on what you just said, and we can get staff to look at that. Yes,
Okay.
Anyone else? So I'll say again, thank you for your work.
Yes, ma'am.
And thank you for city manager seeking you out to make it happen. So thank you so much. All right. I can move on?
Yes, ma'am.
Y'all standing up there like y'all have something else to say. Okay, next we will have city manager's report.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, members of council. As you know, we're closing out end of year. Our fiscal year started June 30th. Preliminary, our financials are reassuring. The city's in excellent financial position. Our operating funds for the city for this fiscal year is $110.3 million. Our expenditures was $109.1 million. So that leaves us a balance of $1.2 million there. Revenues, are exceeding expenditures by approximately $1.2 million. Those are preliminary numbers. We are still working with our finance department to ensure those numbers are accurate and preparing for our year-end audit closeout. If you have been downtown lately, we do have a new earth cam that's on the police substation at the corner of Dargan and Irby Street. It's live streaming. You can find it on the city's website, cityofflorence.com there. This is a way, again, for the city to showcase itself. This live cam stream is showing the world the city of Florence, and we're very excited about that. City University will start August 31st. This is for our youth. This is a 7-week educational opportunity for our local high school students to get a behind-the-scene look at local government. This is our second year with youth there, and we're taking applications up until August 24th on that. And we'll start on the 31st. Our police department, certainly very excited about their award we've won through public safety there. We are doing some reorganization in the department. Just recently, on Friday actually, we had 13 promotions there, 2 new majors including in that. We are now renting 400 East Pine Street from the Housing Authority for $1 a year for 10 years there. So it'll allow us to have our traffic division there. We have 2 new e-bikes. The business community donated funding to purchase additional units. So we'll have actually 6 total e-bikes there. We have 2 you've been seeing our chief there and Sergeant Merchant riding downtown and other areas throughout. They've actually gone to the mall and all over Florence with the e-bikes. They can go up to 30 miles an hour there, but we'll also have them in the communities as well. And those 6, we have a number of officers who are very excited. You actually have to go to class to learn how to ride the bikes and be certified officers to ride the bikes. So we're excited about that, as well as we've just signed the paperwork to go pick up our 2 new motorcycles. We're back in the motorcycle business in the police department, so you'll see 2 motorcycles in town in the very near future. That concludes staff's report.
Thank you so much. The mayor's report we will skip for today, and now we will go to our business development committee.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. The Business Development Committee met on July the 23rd. Present was myself, Mayor Barnes, Councilman McKay, our city manager, assistant city manager, as well as Michael Hemingway was there. And we got an update on Urban Square. And for those who are paying attention, we now have all 4 floors in place, and they are banging away over there every day. And once it's protected from the weather, they'll be able to really take off. And we're very, very excited. That project seems to be moving along very nicely. And so we appreciate the update we got from Clint on that. We also had a preview of all the utility that was presented today, so I will not repeat all that. But it's exciting to see, and I'll just one comment, that the exhaustive planning and exhaustive work that has gone on by staff and working with council and under the city manager and previous city manager, over the last 4 years to see that finally coming together. And hats off, AESC, your team. Michael, y'all have done a great job and been very patient with all of us with our questions that we've been asking and pushing that we've been doing. So thank you to you guys and really delivering a great product. And we're really starting to see all of that take place and happen. And we also have Amanda, who's getting the RISE messages out there. So all of the elements of the work being done, getting the messaging out to people, to our community, the partnerships that are all taking place. It's really exciting to see. It's just taken 4 or 5 years to happen. So, but in 5 years, we'll have it all done. There you go.
Yes.
We also got an update on the penny sales with the roads that are being completed, and a lot of work is still happening with the work on the roads that are taking place, as well as a number of the projects that are currently underway. That's basically it. Anything else? That's all for the Business Development Committee.
Thank you so much, Councilman Jabali. Next, we will have the Community Redevelopment Committee, and that's myself, Chipper Smith, and Councilman McCall. We met on Wednesday, July 29th, and we had general discussion. We had an update on the demolition at 215 Darlington Street on the home, and a bid has gone out for that to happen. We also discussed us coming up with some plans to preserve historic value, because hearsay says that that house is a historic house, and we the city manager has asked Francis Marion College professor to actually research, and I was pleasantly surprised that she, from just last week, she has already given us a timeline of who was living there, what was going on. And so from 1905 to 1940, that house was a place for housing or apartment for African American railroad men, the seaboard coastline and Atlantic coastline. After 1940s, it was housed by whoever brought the house. There was a bicycle shop there at one time, but we are looking now to try to preserve some of that historic value, and with Florence being a railroad town, we will be looking for future plans of what we will do with that property. Next, we have Jesse Wiles will be doing a neighborhood revitalization plan update. He started, we could not finish. He is asking for 2 hours at this next meeting, and all of council, you all are invited to come to the meeting. He will give, it will be August 26th at 2 o'clock. He asked for 2 o'clock. I see you looking.
It's a Friday, ain't it?
No. Oh, is that a Friday?
26 is a Wednesday.
That's a Wednesday.
It's a Wednesday, yes.
Okay.
It will be at 2 to 4, because you all's meeting is at 4 o'clock. And so you all are welcome. Then our community services, we've had 2 new homes built. We've had 7 home rehabs, 1 weatherization. We've had 3, the down payment assistant neighborhood development. We have 3 to close and 2 requested neighborhood meetings, home buyers workshops, and one-on-one counseling. We are really, really busy and doing a lot, and we thank Jerry and his staff for doing such a fabulous job in this, and Annie and our CDC that's doing a great job. Council, is there anything else? No, so that completes my report. Next, we will have our Finance and Audit and Budget Committee.
I'm gonna let Brian Braddock give this report.
So we had our meeting on July 29th at 4 o'clock. In attendance were myself and Councilman Smith. Councilman McCall was out of town. And we also had staff, Glenn, Bidenheimer, Clint Moore, and Caroline Flowers. We discussed the banking RFP. It's time for us to put out RFP, request for proposals for our city banking. And we used a third party who currently assists managing city cash flows to assist with the banking RFP. So they will rank the those who submit proposals based on their abilities to perform the tasks needed for the city. In regards to that, we also discussed, and they'll present 3 banks for us to choose from. We also discussed opioid funds. Application packets were emailed out to organizations who previously applied for the awarded funds. The city has, I think, currently 603,000 towards opioid from the opioid settlement. And so the applications are due August 14th. The commission that was put together with local stakeholders will meet between August 17th and August 21st to make recommendations to City Council, Finance Committee. Then we'll come to council for that. And that was all that we discussed.
Thank you so much. Anything else? Okay, thank you all so much for your leadership on that. Next, we will go into executive session. We are now out of, council, can we have a motion to come out of executive session?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. We are now out of the executive session. Just so that you know, there was no action of vote taken while we were in executive session. And now we move to, let's see, resolution number 2026-24, the resolution of the city approving downtown redevelopment. What I said,
24. It's 34.
Oh, 34, I'm sorry. -34, resolution of city council improving downtown redevelopment grant for the first quarter fiscal year. What say ye?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. Then we have resolution number 2026-35, the resolution to approve the conditional grant development agreement provided an incentive for the development of new housing within North Florence.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposes? The ayes have it. Now we are down to appointments and boards, if that's all right. Oh, my phone was ringing off the hook.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, as members of council. First board is Accommodations Tax Advisory Board. That's my Councilman McCall. Next is our Florence Planning Commission. We have Mayor Barnes and Councilwoman Neesmith Jackson.
They said what
I'm
what city
going
was?
Chelsea Guthrie.
So moved.
They said what? You indicate what city it was for?
No, he said
no.
C8.
Seat 8.
Yeah.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Next.
Next is Councilwoman Neesmith Jackson.
I want to reappoint Shalonda Dees.
All, a second.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Next.
Next is Board of Zoning Appeals. Members to make a nomination is Councilman Smith,
Defer.
Councilman Braddock,
Julia Jabali.
Second.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Next.
Pro Tem Jabali,
I defer.
and Councilman McKay.
Defer.
Next, we have the Civic Center Commission. Members to make nomination includes Councilman McCall.
I'm sorry, can we go back to the Board of Zoning Appeals? Councilman Bryant, what seat would you like to appoint Julia Bailey?
What seats are available?
Two.
You don't care what seat in it.
She got to know them.
2.
Well, okay.
No, it's seat 3 and seat 7.
Who on 3 and 7?
2 and 7. Or 3 and 7, yeah.
Deborah Moses and Jermaine Nowlin.
Yeah, most.
So,
Well, I'm sorry, all of them are seeking. We have
7,
Miriam
I'm sorry.
James singly seeking reappointment. Deborah Moses is not seeking reappointment. Or Wenda Gregg is seeking reappointment, and Jermaine Nowlin is not seeking reappointment.
The ones that are not.
The ones that
Either
are
one.
not is Deborah Moses and Jermaine.
Okay, that seat.
Deborah Moses. That's seat 3.
Okay. All those in favor signify, is there a second? Yes.
Yeah.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
Civic Center is Councilman McCall.
Appoint Desmond Gardner.
Second.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Next.
Construction Board of Maintenance and Adjustments and Appeals. These all fall to Madam Mayor. There are 4 vacancies.
We need some of applicants. Defer.
Okay. Housing Authority, you have 2 vacancies there. They fall to Mayor Barnes.
I am passing mine one to George and one to Zach. George to Bailey.
I'll go ahead and defer mine.
Okay.
Oh, you're pulling that up.
So I'll nominate Jermaine Nowlin for the other one.
Second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
Could you also on that one, which seat, the only different seat 2, that term is a resignation, so that'll expire 2028. Seat 4 will be a full term.
So seat 4.
I tell you what.
Can we hold that one?
Can we?
I'll tell you what, because the confusion of the seats, I'll just defer.
Yes, we'll defer.
And we'll take a look. One was a 2-year and one was 4-year? Okay, we'll just defer for that time.
You have to withdraw, Councilman.
You want her to draw your motion? Mayor Pro Tem?
So I'll withdraw the motion and defer.
It would actually have to be a rescinding of a vote, because that went to a full vote.
So I'll move to rescind the vote and defer.
Second.
So move.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Next.
All right, Parks and Beautification Commission, Councilwoman Neesmith Jackson.
I nominate Makisha Williamson.
Second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
Veteran Park, we have 2 positions. The incumbent, Michael Montrose, is not seeking reappointment. The other, and that's seat 4. Seat 6 is Carlos Washington. He is seeking reappointment. The first to make nomination is Councilman Smith.
Defer.
And next is Councilman Brady.
Eddie Collins replaced Montrose.
Second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it.
Next, we have the Resilience and Sustainability Advisory Committee.
It is my recommendation that we hold off on resilience, that whole block for further studies or whatever.
That's a motion or just
That's my motion.
second?
So moved.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
That
The
concludes
ayes
staff's
have it.
report.
Thank you so much.